Some folks say we have lost our sense of place. People have little time for where they are. The future lies over the mountain, out on the 4-lane. Well, that's not so unusual, really. America was built by a nation of nomads. The man who settled in this valley never stopped moving. For 93 years, he has carried his home in his heart. You find Beltran Paris by listening for the wind chimes. Thousands of sheep's bells ringing their way to water. He is almost always behind this moving white blanket, high in the mountains of eastern Nevada. For most of this century, Beltran Paris has walked his lambs to winter quarters, 150 miles in the desert below.
I don't know how the hell we make one of them, you know.
It is a hard and lonely life, set to the rhythm of the sheep. He has kept it because he has a dream.
I look for tomorrow, today.
In all those hours alone, Beltran Paris set a plan. He would take his pay in sheep. One day, his children and his children's children would live in the valley he walked. From this tiny herd has grown a ranch nearly 60 miles long, cattle as well as sheep. His sons and his grandsons all have homes beneath the towering buttes.
Why did they put these names in the trees?
Just for fun, I guess.
Beltran Paris is one of the last of the old-time mountain men who came from France and Spain to take a job few people wanted. Most of the Basques worked hard and went home. Out here, there was no neighborhood to ease the loneliness of a new land.
Take the knife and just cut the skin.
The shepherds left their mark in the aspens, a comforting hello to those who followed and felt alone.
Oh, Dottie. Oh.
You know him?
I know him, sure.
There were 2 million sheep in Nevada when Beltran Paris came to America. Now there are less than 100,000. The work is hard and constant, and costs are high.
You bet.
But for a man with a dream, there is consolation. At age 93, Beltran's table is the yearbook of his life, a life his sons no longer recommend to their sons.
We enjoy our work, and I don't mind working from daylight till dark. That don't really bother me. But the fact that you haven't really gained that much, you'd think after working 40 years, maybe you could sit back and tell somebody else to do it. You know what I mean? After 40 years, you look like you could. But then he's been at it for 80, so 60 or something. So I guess that ain't the answer either.
Some say the day of the open range sheep herd is coming to an end. Inflation and fuel and labor costs have kept the Parises from making a profit in recent years. But the week we went to Butte Valley, Beltran's grandson bet all he had to buy a ranch of his own.
Well, I always admired the way he done it, and I just kind of like to try it myself and see if I could make one work. You got to take a chance.
Beltran Paris had told his grandson something. There's worse things, he said, than going bankrupt in pursuit of the American dream. For today, Bob Dotson, NBC News, Butte Valley, Nevada.